consider myself to be a pretty reasonable guy. I also consider myself to be a pretty out there guy. And I also consider myself to be a pretty guy. But there is simply nothing that can prepare you for the madness that is F-Zero. I don't have the game with me. Here it is.
If you want a more in-depth look at F-Zero, you can check out my rather lengthy dissertation on F-Zero GX. But if I were to summarize the game in one simple word, it would be fast.
And if I were to summarize the game in two simple words, it would be weird. In addition to fast, which I said earlier. Roll the clip, Eve!
What was the key to your victory?
Techniques I learned from the dead.
I see. Thank you for the interview.
This is the Skull. The Skull is a phantasmal F-Zero racer. According to the official F-Zero wiki, which is in no way official, the Skull was born Sterling Levon and was once the greatest driver in the F-Max Grand Prix, which was a precursor to F-Zero, which predates it by 200 years. So Sterling used a combination of black magic and science to arrange his own immortality, and when he was brutally burned alive at the grand finale of the F-Max Grand Prix, he re-emerged 200 years later as the ghostly apparition, the Skull, hell-bent on the champion's belt. Or something like that.
Anyways, he's weird, and he's a ghost. Guitar solo!
Welcome to the magical year of 2005. It was the first year in what I call the transition phase between the GameCube and the Wii, or as we call it today, the video game crash of 2006.
Like with any new tech, it can take years to really understand and start pushing the limits of any given hardware, and the GameCube was no exception. As such, there are always these sort of hidden gems which come along towards the end of a console's lifespan that are really fantastic games, but are simply overshadowed by the hype of the coming generation of consoles. And quite possibly the cubic zirconium in the GameCube's late library was Geist.
Geist was a rare breed. It combined elements of first-person shooters with adventure, point-and-click, and puzzle-solving aspects, making for a challenging and stimulating game. The real fun didn't come from mowing down enemies with a gun, but in figuring out how to scare your victim enough to the point of possession, whether that's through environmental hazards, taking control of electronics, or just doing weird fucking stuff. So long story short, you take on the character of Raimi, a mute civilian sent to a secret research facility in France to save your friend. One thing leads to another, and you get turned into a ghost.
But Raimi's quick to find that being a ghost isn't all bad. After all, now he can finally start going in the women's locker room and spy on showering girls.
And that's why Raimi is on this list, because he gets to look at naked ladies, and if I were a ghost, that's all I would want to do. Plus he gets to possess the naked ladies, and he can go into the girls' locker room just, and they think that he's a girl, and he can go and he can do all kinds of fucking horrible, depraved shit with them. I would totally do that if I was a ghost. I'm not even gonna lie about that right now. Oh wait, was that recording just then? Imagine waking up one night and finding a ghost hand by your bed. Now imagine you're Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters, and that hand is now jerking you off. Number 1 is the ghost hand from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, because it falls in love with the little guy whose name I don't remember and could potentially jerk him off in his sleep, and I'm okay with that.
At the risk of sounding redundant, I'm going to be brief and leave it right there, because Zelda month is next month. I didn't feel like capturing the footage, and I talk about Zelda too much on the show anyways. There you go. Can I be done now?
Wait a minute. Chip, top 6 side quests? Top 6 ghosts? Zelda month? Chip, what'd you do with that letter?
I crumpled it up and threw it away. Why?
Go dig it up. Who's the sender of that letter? The signature?
Says it's signed Austin Hargrave.
Austin Hargrave? Chip, do you know who that is? It's PeanutButterGamer!
Oh my god, PeanutButterGamer? One of my very favorite YouTube celebrities wrote this letter to me? That means he knows where I live. He put my address on the delivery label on the stamp. Does this mean we're best friends now? That by accepting this letter, I will somehow become just like him?
This is not good, Chip. You don't want to mess with these big-time YouTubers. They might come looking for you.
Oh, don't be so paranoid, Eve. That's how entertainment works. Everybody cops everybody's ideas. Besides, what's he gonna do? Hop a shuttle up here and beat me up? Come down, Eve. Who is it? PeanutButterGamer! Shit. Eve, he's here.
I told you!
What are we gonna do?
You got broad shoulders, you can take him.
You think so?
Sure.
Hey everybody, I'm PeanutButterGamer, and I know
If you've been stealing all the money by
Zelda,
you know what? I will kill you now.
And there is nothing you can do, and you will die!
the power of Christ compels you.
Chip, that's an inverted cross, it won't work.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. The power of Christ compels you.
No, I will not ignore this. I'm mad about it.
It's not working, Chip.
The power of Satan compels you. Well, that was dumb. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you have a fun Halloween. Remember to stay safe, and whatever you wind up doing, make sure that you're doing it with friends and family who you care about. And lastly, whatever you do, make sure that you do not sell your soul to Satan for more YouTube views. I learned that the hard way.
Hey, mortal, while out of town.
Satan! Hey everyone, thank you for watching. I enjoyed making it. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite times of the year. Go ahead and click that little like button and subscribe and tell your friends, because look at these threads. They don't buy themselves. I need more money so I can buy more clothes, food, and tab. The necessities of life. Take care, everybody. Namaste.